I still remember the first time I saw Emily. She was laughing in the courtyard, sunlight catching her hair like it was made of gold. I couldn't help but say, "Hey, do you always make the world stop when you walk in?" She blinked at me, amused. "Excuse me. I mean, you have this energy. It's impossible not to notice." My voice sounded clumsier than I intended. Emily tilted her head, smiling softly. "Are you always this dramatic?" "Only when I meet someone who makes me nervous." I laughed, but my chest felt tight. Vanessa, standing a few feet away, gave me a small nod, her eyes unreadable. She didn't speak much, but somehow her silence made me feel like I was being measured. Over the next few weeks, I found myself wherever Emily was. "Why do you keep showing up here?" she asked one afternoon as I leaned against a wall during lunch. I guess I like your company," I admitted. "You think, talk, and laugh in ways that make life feel lighter." Emily's laugh rang out again. "You're ridiculous, but I like having you around too." Vanessa glanced up from her book. "She likes people who listen, Ryan. That's all." I nodded, realizing she was right. Listening had always been my strength, and with Emily, it felt natural. One evening, we sat under the old oak tree in the garden. Emily leaned against me, her hand brushing mine. "Ryan, do you ever think about the future?" "All the time," I said. "I want to build something, my career, my life, someone to share it with." "And you think I could be part of that?" Her voice held a trace of vulnerability I hadn't noticed before. I took her hand in mine. "If you let me, yes." Vanessa cleared her throat behind us. "Just don't forget reality exists outside fairy tales." Emily rolled her eyes, but she didn't pull away from me. "We have to try anyway, right?" I smiled, feeling like nothing could touch us. "Exactly." Even as we talked, I noticed little things. The way Emily's smile faltered when I mentioned big plans, the way she sometimes glanced at Vanessa with questions she didn't ask aloud. I ignored them, wanting to believe in the perfect beginning I imagined. One night, I called Emily. "Hey, can we meet tomorrow? I want to tell you something." She hesitated, then said softly, "Sure, I'll be there." As I hung up, I caught Vanessa's eyes in the reflection of the window. She didn't say a word, but something in her gaze made me pause. A warning? Maybe. I didn't know yet. I went to bed thinking about Emily, about us. I was sure we were unstoppable. I didn't know a storm was waiting for us just beyond the horizon, but I would find out soon enough. I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw him. Charles Montgomery, perfectly dressed, perfectly confident, holding a ring that could buy my entire apartment building. My stomach twisted. "Emily," he said, voice smooth as silk. "Will you marry me?" Emily froze. I thought maybe she would step back, look at me, maybe even reach for my hand. But no, her gaze lingered on Charles, sparkling eyes reflecting the golden sunset. "Charles, it's beautiful," she whispered, almost mesmerized. I swallowed hard. "Emily." My voice cracked before I could stop it. She turned to me then, hesitant. "Ryan, I stepped closer, trying to grab her hand, but she pulled back. "I'm sorry, Ryan." You're choosing him?" I asked, though the answer was obvious. She nodded, her lips pressed into a thin line. I need stability, Ryan, security, influence, things I can't have with you right now." "Influence?" I laughed bitterly. "So my love isn't enough?" Her eyes flickered with guilt. "It's not about love. I care about you, Ryan, I do, but my life, my future, it's complicated." Charles smiled, taking her hand. "I can give you everything you deserve. You won't have to worry about anything again." I wanted to scream, to grab her, to make her see how hollow that promise felt. "Everything? Is that what counts? Money, status, titles?" Emily bit her lip. "I'm sorry. I can't do what you ask." Vanessa stood quietly nearby, her expression unreadable. I glanced at her, hoping for some intervention, some support, but she just looked at me, calm, almost distant. I couldn't take it anymore. My chest ached, every memory we had flashing like a cruel slideshow. "So that's it. You choose him over me." Just like that. Emily's voice trembled. I never wanted to hurt you, Ryan. You have to understand." "Understand?" I repeated, bitter. "Understand that I gave you everything I had and it wasn't enough? Understand that I loved you for who you are, not your connections." Charles squeezed her hand. We should go inside. This is our moment. I stepped back, finally letting go. No, I need to leave. Ryan, Emily tried to reach for me, but I turned away. Outside, I walked through the garden, every step heavy. My mind replayed our last months. Our laughter, our promises, the way she used to look at me. Did any of that mean anything to her? Maybe I wasn't enough. I whispered to myself, fists clenched. Maybe I never mattered at all. The wind bit my cheeks, but I barely noticed. Every memory was a blade twisting inside me. I remember the night she laughed at my terrible joke, the time she confided her fears to me, and now it felt like it had all been a lie. I stopped by the fountain, leaning on the stone edge. I could hear Vanessa's soft voice behind me. You can't change your choice, Ryan, but you can change yourself. I didn't respond. I didn't know if I could. All I felt was the sting of betrayal, humiliation, and heartbreak, mixed with a flicker of anger I didn't fully understand yet. Just don't lose yourself over her, Vanessa said quietly. You're stronger than you think. I nodded, though my eyes were wet. Stronger? Maybe someday. I walked home that evening in silence, replaying every word, every glance. My heart felt shattered, my pride wounded. But beneath it all, a seed of resolve began to grow. I would never let someone like Charles, or anyone, control my worth again. I didn't know it yet, but this was the breaking point, the moment that would define me. I didn't leave my apartment for 2 days. I sat on the couch, staring at my phone, replaying her words over and over. I need stability, security, influence. That last one hit me like a knife. I muttered to myself, influence, she never cared about me. Vanessa called once. Ryan, are you okay? Do I look okay? I snapped, though I immediately regretted it. There was silence on the line. I'll come by. When she arrived, she didn't lecture me. She just sat across from me, calm. Emily made her choice. You can scream, cry, or curse, but it won't change it. I laughed bitterly. Thanks for the pep talk, Vanessa. Really uplifting. She ignored the sarcasm. Look at me. You're letting her decision define you. You have more power than you realize. Power? I shook my head. I have nothing. She chose him. Vanessa leaned forward. You have yourself. Don't waste your energy on what she wants. Focus on what you can control. I turned away. Control, easy for you to say, always calm, always observing. Observing is part of surviving, she said quietly. Notice her cracks. Notice him. Not everything is as perfect as it seems. I stared at her, fuming. You mean like her fake smiles at Charles? Or his arrogance masquerading as charm? She nodded. Exactly. But don't let your anger blind you. Learn from it. I sank into the couch, burying my face in my hands. Learn from it how, Vanessa? How do you learn when every memory feels like betrayal? She sighed. You take what hurts you and use it. You let it build you instead of breaking you. I don't even know where to start, I admitted, voice hoarse. Start with yourself, she said softly. Work, build, grow. The world won't wait for your heartbreak to heal. I ran a hand through my hair, feeling exhausted but intrigued. And what about her? Watching her live this life with him while I'm stuck here. Vanessa tilted her head. Let her live it. You have your own path. You can't walk hers and expect it to fit. But you can make your own future. Her words lingered. I wanted to argue, to demand she understand how deep this cut, but I didn't. Somehow, hearing her perspective felt grounding. I keep remembering us laughing. I whispered. Those nights we stayed up talking, dreaming. Vanessa's eyes softened. And those memories don't disappear. They're part of you, but don't let them imprison you. You can carry them without letting them hurt you. I nodded slowly. Carry, not bury. I like that. You're stronger than you think, Ryan, she said. You just have to realize it. I looked at her, really looked, and for the first time in days, I felt a spark of hope. Not for Emily, not for him, but for me. I wanted to get up, start building something that was mine. Not for revenge yet, just for me. You know, I said, forcing a small smile, I might actually survive this after all. Vanessa smirked faintly. I never doubted it. Now, stop moping and do something with that fire in you. I will, I promised, and for the first time I believed it. I didn't have all the answers yet, but the anger, the hurt, it could be my forge. I could take all of this, all the betrayal, and shape it into something stronger. And maybe, just maybe, I'd be ready for whatever came next. I looked in a mirror and barely recognized myself. Is that really me? I muttered, wiping sweat from my brow. Vanessa's voice came from behind. It's you, Ryan. Stronger than before. I've been hiding, I admitted. Hiding from everything. From her choice, from myself. Then stop hiding, she said, folding her arms. You're not defined by Emily or Charles. You're defined by what you do now. I nodded slowly. You make it sound simple. It's not, she replied. But it's possible. Watch yourself, how you show up, how you take charge. That's power. I picked up my phone and scrolled past Emily's social media posts. Another picture of her smiling beside Charles, champagne in hand. I gritted my teeth. Still looking? Vanessa asked. I can't help it, I said. Seeing them happy, flaunting it, it burns. She shrugged. Good. Let it burn. Fuel, not poison. I laughed bitterly. Fuel, huh? So what? I just train harder, work harder, become someone else. Yes, she said simply. Someone better than the version she left behind. Someone unstoppable. I clenched my fists. Then let's start. The next days were brutal. I ran at dawn, lifting until my muscles screamed. I read, studied, networked, every hour accounted for. Each email I sent, each connection I made, was a reminder that I was reclaiming control. Vanessa stopped by one evening, watching me pace. You're pushing yourself too hard, she said. I can't stop, I said, breathless. Every day I wasted feeling sorry for myself was a day she chose him over me. I won't waste another. You're transforming, Vanessa said softly. But remember, strength isn't just muscle or influence. It's also heart, mind, and restraint. I paused, realizing she was right. I'm scared, I admitted. I don't want to become someone hollow, someone who only seeks revenge. She smiled faintly. Then balance it. Let your ambition and your conscience coexist. That's what makes you truly powerful. I nodded, feeling something shift inside me. I want that. I want to be unstoppable, not because of her, not because of him, but because of me. You're already on that path, she said. And she hesitated, then added softly, I admire it. You're not giving up. My chest tightened. Thanks, Vanessa. I don't know what I'd do without your perspective. She looked away, then back, her eyes lingering on me. You're more capable than you realize, Ryan. Don't forget it. I smiled faintly, though I felt the heat rise in my face. Her words lingered in my mind, making me wonder if there was more than admiration between us, but I pushed it aside. Focus. That was the lesson. The next morning, I received a notification. Emily had posted another engagement photo, gushing about Charles. I stared at it, jaw tight. They're happy, Vanessa said quietly, watching me from the side. I shook my head. No, that's not the word. She's showing off. He's already slipping, Vanessa. I can see the cracks. She raised an eyebrow. You notice details like that. Good. That awareness is part of your transformation. I won't be weak again, I said, voice steady. I'll never let someone else decide my worth. I'm done being left behind. Vanessa smiled, a small, proud curve of her lips. Then don't stop. Keep building, keep pushing, keep becoming. I felt a rush of determination. I will. For me. Not for her. Not for anyone. I'll become the man I was meant to be. She studied me quietly. And when you do, don't be surprised if someone notices beyond admiration. I laughed softly, shaking my head. Right now, the goal is focus. Everything else comes later. She nodded, standing to leave. Then go. Transform. And remember, I believe in you. I watched her go, then turned back to the mirror. I flexed my shoulders, checked my posture, and whispered, this is just the beginning. I'm unstoppable. I was pacing in my apartment when there was a soft knock at the door. Ryan, can I come in? Vanessa's voice was calm, but there was an urgency underneath it. Vanessa, sure. I gestured to the couch, trying not to sound too tense. She sat down, crossing her legs. I think it's time we talked about Emily and Charles. I froze. Talk? You mean, tell me more about their life? I don't know if I want to hear it. I think you need to hear it, she said quietly. Charles, he's not who you think. He's obsessed with control, with appearances. Emily, she's starting to notice. I frowned. Starting to notice? How? Vanessa leaned forward, lowering her voice. He flaunts generosity, but it's calculated. He isolates her from friends, pressures her into choices that benefit him politically and financially. I clench my fists. That's despicable. She nodded. It is. And Emily, she's not blind. She's beginning to doubt herself, doubt him, even doubt if this is what she really wants. My chest tightened. So she's unhappy? Not fully. She's confused. She still loves aspects of him, but the cracks are showing. I've seen her pause at his arrogance, the way he dismisses her opinions. She feels trapped. I swallowed, torn. I should do something, right? Vanessa's eyes softened. I don't mean sabotage her life, but maybe protect her from the worst of him or help her see what she really deserves. And maybe, she hesitated, maybe make sure you don't stay powerless either. I shook my head, voice low. I don't know if I want revenge, but I can't just stand by. You won't, she said firmly. You've got the brains, the skills, and now you've got the perspective. For a moment, silence hung between us. Then she added softly, You've changed, Ryan. You're not the same man she left behind. And you're not alone. I see it too. My heart skipped, and I forced myself to focus. You mean you want to help me? Yes, she said, her eyes meeting mine. I know things Emily doesn't tell you, patterns Charles hides, small details you can use. But more than that, I know you. And I think, I understand you better than anyone else right now. Her words struck me. Not about Emily, not about Charles, about me. Someone finally saw me clearly. I don't know what to say, I admitted. Then don't, she said with a small smile. Just listen, learn, and use what you know. Discreetly, carefully, strategically. I nodded slowly, feeling a fire light inside me. Okay, discreet, strategic, got it. And thank you, Vanessa. Really? Her lips curved faintly. Don't thank me yet. You have work to do. We spent hours talking that night. She told me about Charles's habits, his patterns of manipulation, how he always sought to dominate situations. We discussed Emily's doubts and small moments she revealed only to Vanessa. Sometimes, I wish she'd see it herself, I said bitterly. That he's not the man she thinks he is. Vanessa shrugged. Maybe she will. Maybe she won't. But what matters is you're not powerless anymore. And we have an opportunity to set things right. I leaned back, exhausted but energized. I didn't realize talking like this could feel like planning, like having control again. She smirked. It's intoxicating, isn't it? Knowing you can act, not just react. I looked at her then, really looked, and felt something shift. She wasn't just Emily's stepsister. She was someone I could trust, someone who understood me, and someone who had become necessary. Vanessa, I said quietly, I'm glad you came tonight. I'm glad too, Ryan, she whispered. And this is only the beginning. I watched the news feed with a tense grin. Vanessa, look at this. She leaned over my shoulder. What is it? Charles's latest investment. The numbers don't add up. He's overstating profits to investors again. I felt a thrill, a spark I hadn't felt since before. Vanessa raised an eyebrow. And you're planning to do what exactly? I smirked. Nothing direct. Just make sure the right people notice. Subtle hints, discreet emails. Let karma do the heavy lifting. She nodded, impressed. You've changed, Ryan. You're not reacting anymore. You're orchestrating. I leaned back, feeling a surge of satisfaction. Feels good. Feels like power. Later that evening, Emily called me unexpectedly. Ryan, I don't know why, but something feels off with Charles. His assistant keeps disappearing, and some of his deals, they're not right. I kept my voice casual. Really? Maybe it's just business stress. He's always under pressure. She hesitated. Maybe, but it feels different. He seems, I don't know, distracted. I smiled softly. Maybe he's human after all. Vanessa peeked from the doorway, giving me a subtle thumbs up. I caught it and winked at her. She shook her head, trying to hide a smile, but I knew she was pleased. Later, we strategized. Next step, I said, pacing, is to make him look overconfident. Set him up so that even minor missteps seem catastrophic. Vanessa tapped her chin. And Emily? She'll notice but not suspect me. That's key. I want her seeing the cracks, feeling the tension, but not realizing who's behind it. Vanessa leaned closer. Ryan, this is calculated. You're intense. I chuckled. I like it. I'm no longer the guy she discarded. Every move I make now counts. The next morning, I sent discreet tips to a few journalists under anonymous accounts. Vanessa helped me craft the details, ensuring they were accurate but untraceable. You're really enjoying this, aren't you? She said, watching me type. Of course, I said, eyes glued to the screen. Watching Charles stumble, it's satisfying. Not cruel, just deserved. She shook her head, smiling faintly. You're turning this heartbreak into strategy. I never would have thought of it. I stopped for a moment, catching her gaze. I couldn't do it without you. You keep me balanced. Remind me not to let anger blind me. Vanessa's lips curved slightly. Good. Keep your focus. And remember, the closer we get, the more dangerous it could be if emotions interfere. I laughed softly. You worry too much. I can handle both. By evening, Emily called again. Her voice trembled slightly. Ryan, something happened at one of Charles's events. Investors are questioning numbers, and he seemed flustered. I don't understand how this keeps happening. I kept my tone light. Maybe it's stress. High stakes, right? She sighed. Maybe, but I can't shake the feeling that he's fragile. Fragile can be good, I said casually. It keeps him from being untouchable. She laughed softly. You always know what to say, Ryan, even when I don't understand it. I felt a surge of pride. You'll understand soon enough. Sometimes seeing the cracks is enough. Vanessa nudged me. See? You're unstoppable now. Every subtle strike reminds you how far you've come. I smiled, watching Emily worry without knowing why. The thrill coursed through me. Not arrogance, just karmic justice. And Vanessa, by my side, offering guidance and quiet support, made it feel different, deeper. I realized then I was no longer the man she discarded. I was sharper, stronger, more in control than I'd ever been. And the best part? This was only the beginning. I saw her message pop up on my phone. Ryan, something's wrong. Charles, my heart raced. Not for her, but for the thrill of watching truth unfold. I called her immediately. Emily, what happened? Her voice wavered. I saw emails, texts. He's been seeing someone else. And there's more. He's manipulating contracts, covering up losses. I kept my tone calm. Are you sure it's not just misunderstanding? Emily sighed, frustrated. I don't know anymore. I feel like I can't trust anything he says. But maybe it's just bad luck, right? I hesitated, fingers tight on my phone. Sometimes, bad luck looks worse than it is. Maybe he's stressed. She laughed bitterly. Stress? Ryan, this is beyond stress. I feel like I'm trapped in a lie. Trapped? I repeated softly. That sounds awful. She sniffled. It is. And I can't tell anyone. Not yet. I'm afraid of making it worse. I try to keep my voice neutral. Then be cautious. Observe. Don't act rashly. Yeah, I'll try, she whispered. Later, Vanessa joined me in my apartment. Did she call? She asked. I nodded. She did. She suspects something, but doesn't know who or why. And I'm still anonymous. Watching her, seeing her start to doubt, it's strange. Satisfying in a way. Vanessa raised an eyebrow. Strange how? Not cruel, just karmic. She's facing the truth, but doesn't know who orchestrated it. She smiled faintly. Good. Keep it that way. And, Ryan, yeah. You're not thinking about going back to her, are you? I shook my head. No, honestly, I'm realizing my heart isn't there anymore. It's with you. Her eyes widened, and she laughed softly, brushing a stray hair from her face. You really know how to drop bombs, don't you? I didn't plan to, I said, feeling my cheeks warm. It just hit me. All the closeness we've had, the late nights, the talks, the support. I see you now differently. Vanessa leaned closer. I felt it too, Ryan. But we have to be careful. Timing, strategy, emotions, they all matter. I know, I said. I just can't ignore it anymore. We spent the evening talking quietly, joking about small things, teasing each other, stealing glances that lingered too long. Each touch, each laugh, deepened something I hadn't expected. My mind kept drifting back to Emily, her fear, her realization, but the sting wasn't there like before. You're different now, Vanessa said softly. Focused, strategic, and yet you care. You've grown. I looked at her, feeling both pride and longing. I've grown because of everything, heartbreak, betrayal, all of it. But I also grew closer to you. She smiled, brushing her hand lightly against mine. Then let's make sure you keep that focus, and maybe explore this carefully. I nodded, staring at our hands, almost touching. Careful, strategic. That seems to be my life motto now. Later that night, I watched Emily post another picture, her smile forced, eyes slightly distant. I felt no anger, only a calm acknowledgement that karma was already unfolding. She was seeing the cracks in her world, and I remained hidden, guiding only subtly. Vanessa's voice echoed in my mind. Sometimes just being present, without interfering, is the best move. I whispered to myself, not mine to reveal. Let her world crumble naturally. And as I sat there, fingers intertwined with Vanessa's for a brief, electric moment, I realized that my journey wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about growth, clarity, and finding someone who truly understood me. Emily's downfall, small, subtle, undeniable, was satisfying, yes, but my heart had already shifted. It wasn't about her anymore. It was about us. And that knowledge, quiet and profound, gave me a sense of calm, focus, and determination I hadn't known before. I watched the news, gripping my coffee mug, so hard my knuckles turned white. Vanessa, it's happening. Charles. She leaned against the counter, arms crossed, eyes calm. I see it. The scandal's gone public. Public, I repeated, barely able to breathe. His investments, the misuse of influence, all of it, it's out. Vanessa nodded. Every detail. Investors, media, even political opponents, everyone sees it now. He's finished. I couldn't stop the laugh that bubbled up. Finished. I can't believe it. All those nights watching him manipulate, thinking he was untouchable now, look. Vanessa gave me a small, proud smile. And you did it without anyone knowing. Subtle, strategic, perfect. I leaned back, a rush of triumph flooding me. It's not revenge. It's justice. But it feels damn good. The phone rang, and I froze. Seeing Emily's name on the screen made my chest tighten. I hesitated, then answered. Ryan, Her voice trembled, shaky, full of regret. I kept my tone measured. Emily, I saw the news. Yes, it's terrible. I can't believe it. Charles, he's ruined. And, Ryan, you what? I asked softly, voice barely hiding the mix of curiosity and anger. I was wrong, she admitted, voice breaking. I chose him over you, and I see now. I see everything. I was blinded by status, by appearances, by greed. Ryan, I closed my eyes, letting a slow exhale carry my frustration. Emily, do you even realize what you're saying? Yes. I made a mistake. I never should have left you. I miss us. I need. Ryan, please. I felt the old ache rise, but it wasn't as sharp as before. Triumph surged, mixing with lingering hurt. You want me to forgive you? After everything? Her voice cracked. Yes, please. I can't believe how much I've lost. I laughed bitter low. Lost? Maybe. But Ryan Parker didn't lose. Ryan Parker grew. He became unstoppable while well, you're learning the hard way. Ryan, please. Her voice was desperate, almost pleading. I was wrong. I see it now. I still love you. I let the silence stretch, feeling the weight of it all. Then I said, slowly, deliberately, Emily, I don't love that girl anymore. The one I loved, she's gone. And Ryan Parker, he doesn't go back. He moves forward. Her sob echoed through the phone. No, Ryan, please. I pressed the phone away from my ear, my pulse still racing. Vanessa's hand brushed mine. Calm, grounding, protective. She's desperate, I murmured. She's powerless now, Vanessa said quietly. And you're in control. I nodded, letting the words sink in. Power, control, destiny. I finally have it. and nothing she says can take it from me. Vanessa's eyes met mine, steady, unwavering. And you don't have to. You fought, you built, you grew. That's all you need. I looked back at the TV, seeing Charles's face pale as reporters surrounded him, cameras flashing. His arrogance crumbling, his empire unraveling. I felt a surge of satisfaction, but also something else, a quiet sense of relief. Justice had unfolded naturally. I can't believe it, I whispered. All this, all the work, all the pain, and now it's hers and his reality. Vanessa laughed softly. And your reality? You're free, Ryan. Strong, unbroken, and unstoppable. I let myself smile, genuinely this time. You're right. I never thought I'd feel this clean, this in control. And I couldn't have done it without you. She leaned closer, brushing my shoulder. Then don't forget it. And don't forget, sometimes victories are sweeter when shared. I looked at her, really looked, and felt something deeper than triumph, stronger than revenge. This bond, this connection, it was real. It was mine. My phone buzzed again. Another message from Emily. Ryan, I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I didn't respond. I stared at the screen for a moment, then set it aside. My focus wasn't on her. It never would be again. My focus was here, with Vanessa, with my future, with my life finally in my hands. I took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the past lift. This is it, I murmured. My destiny, my choice, my life. Vanessa squeezed my hand. And we'll face it together. I nodded, feeling the truth in her words. My heart no longer trembled for Emily, no longer ached for what I lost. Karma had taken care of her and Charles. I had taken care of myself. And finally I was free. My phone buzzed again. Emily's name flashed across the screen. I stared at it, feeling the familiar ache, but this time it was tempered by clarity, by strength. I answered, Emily. Ryan, please. Her voice trembled. I know I was wrong. I see it now. I cut her off gently but firmly. Emily, stop. I hear you. I understand your regrets. But it's too late. Too late, she cried. Ryan, I still love you. I made a mistake leaving you. I clenched my fists, taking a deep breath. Love isn't enough. Not when trust is gone. Not when choices have consequences. You had your chance, and you chose him. That's your path. I can't follow it anymore. I didn't realize. Her voice broke, sobbing softly. I thought I wanted stability, power, but Ryan, I was blind. Please, give me another chance. I shook my head. No, Emily. I can't undo the past. I won't return to someone who valued status over love. I've learned too much, grown too much, and my heart, it's not yours anymore. Yours, not mine? She repeated, disbelief evident. But you hurt me deeply. I interrupted, voice low but steady. And now, you get to feel some of that heartbreak. It's justice, not cruelty. There was silence for a long moment. Then a faint, trembling, I understand. I hung up, feeling a weight lift. Relief, not bitterness, settled in me. Emily's world was crumbling as a mirror of what I had endured, and I was free. Vanessa appeared at my side, placing a reassuring hand on my shoulder. You did the right thing, she said softly. I turned to her, feeling a warmth spread through me. I did, and I realized something tonight. What's that? She asked, eyes curious but tender. I've buried it for too long. I've hidden it under anger, under plans, under strategy, but I can't anymore. Vanessa, I love you. Her lips curved into a gentle, knowing smile. I thought you might say that. I felt my chest tighten. You've been here all along, supporting me, understanding me, guiding me, staying by my side. I didn't realize how much that meant until now. How much you mean? She laughed softly, brushing a loose strand of hair behind her ear. I've always been here, Ryan. You just had to see it. I reached for her hand, feeling the electric connection that had been simmering between us for months. I want us. No games, no pretenses. I want you by my side. Vanessa's eyes softened. Then you have me, completely. But remember, everything we've been through, every challenge, every heartbreak, it brought us here. I smiled, gripping her hand tightly. Exactly. Every pain, every betrayal, led me to you. I never thought I'd find love again, but here it is, right where I least expected it. She leaned closer, resting her head lightly on my shoulder. It's mutual, Ryan. You've grown into the man I've admired all along. Strong, focused, but still human. Still capable of love. I felt a wave of emotion rise, one I didn't resist. I was lost before. Emily's choice, Charles' everything. But now I see clearly. I see who I am, who I want to be, and who I want beside me. And you'll never let anyone take that from you again, Vanessa said quietly. Never, I affirmed. Not her, not him, not anyone. I control my destiny now. We sat in silence for a while, hands intertwined, sharing a quiet intimacy. No words were needed. The connection spoke volumes. I realized that all the heartbreak, the schemes, the tension, it had all been a path leading to this moment, to her. Later, my phone buzzed again. Emily's name, another message. Ryan, I'm sorry. I lost my chance. I smiled faintly, ignoring it. Her lesson was learned. My heart was no longer hers to command. Vanessa squeezed my hand gently. We've earned this, haven't we? I nodded, feeling a deep, satisfying warmth. Yes, we've earned it, and I won't squander it. This is our beginning. I leaned back, looking at her, feeling content and powerful in a way I never had before. The past was gone. The future, our future, was ours to shape. I love you, Vanessa, I whispered. And I love you, Ryan, she replied softly. And in that moment, with the weight of heartbreak behind me and the promise of love ahead, I knew I had chosen the right path. The chapel was quiet, sunlight streaming through the tall windows. I looked at Vanessa, heart racing, and whispered, I can't believe this, us. She smiled, brushing my hand lightly. Believe it, Ryan. This is real, and it's ours. I laughed softly, a mix of disbelief and joy. After everything, all the chaos, the heartbreak, we made it. She leaned closer. We made it because we were honest with ourselves, because we fought for the right path. I nodded. I remember thinking about Emily, about Charles, and feeling all that anger. But standing here now, I realize the real victory isn't revenge. It's this, being with you whole, unbroken. Vanessa's eyes softened. And you're whole because you grew, because you faced the pain instead of letting it destroy you. I've learned that, I said, my voice steady. That revenge tastes sweetest when tempered with growth, wisdom, and patience. And now, we start our life together, not defined by the past, but by what we choose to build. She squeezed my hand. Exactly. We control our story from now on. As the officiant spoke, I felt calm, grounded. Memories of the years with Emily, the heartbreak, the plotting, and even the moments of rage all surfaced. But they no longer hurt me. They were lessons, stepping stones that led me to this moment. You look nervous, Vanessa teased softly, glancing at me. I'm overwhelmed, I admitted. Not with fear, but with everything. Relief, excitement, gratitude. That I get to spend my life with you. She laughed quietly. Good nerves, then. Not the bad kind. I shook my head, smiling. Yes, good nerves. And I want you to know something. I never expected to find love again. But with you it feels effortless. Natural. Real. Vanessa's eyes glistened. I feel the same. You become a man I admire and respect, Ryan. Strong, compassionate, clever, and loving. That's rare. I swallowed, feeling my throat tighten. And you've taught me that love isn't weakness. That loyalty and understanding, they're powerful. You've changed me. She brushed her lips against my hand. Then let's change the world together. Carefully, wisely, and happily. I grinned. Happily, yes. No chaos. No manipulations. No regrets. Just us. The ceremony ended quietly, far from the headlines, far from the eyes of those who once mattered most. Emily's posts no longer affected me. Charles's scandals were buried in the news cycle, irrelevant. They were reminders only of choices and consequences. We walked out hand in hand, the sunlight bright, warm on our faces. I feel free, I said softly. You should, Vanessa said, squeezing my hand. You earned it. I looked at her, truly looked, and felt my heart swell. We earned it. Together. Every late night, every struggle, every plan, it all led to this. She laughed softly. And now, what's next for Ryan Parker, the man who survived heartbreak and came out stronger? I smirked. Next, living, loving, building our life together, leaving the past where it belongs behind us. Vanessa leaned against me as we stepped into the quiet garden. Behind us, yes, but never forgotten. Lessons remembered. Justice quietly served. I nodded, feeling the weight of years lift. Emily, Charles, they had their choices. Karma found its way. And now we have ours. She looked up at me, eyes bright. And you? What will you remember most? Us, I said immediately. This moment. This life we're starting. The fact that I've finally found someone who sees me, understands me, and loves me for who I am. Vanessa smiled, resting her head against my shoulder. And that's all that matters. I wrapped my arm around her, breathing in the calm, the warmth, the hope. It is. And I'll protect us forever. She whispered, forever, Ryan. I tightened my hold, closing my eyes briefly. Forever. For the first time in years, I felt completely at peace. The past had its lessons, karma had its justice, and now I had Vanessa. My heart, my life, and my future were finally mine. We walked forward together, silent but triumphant, leaving heartbreak behind.